Hello and welcome to another SkaredCast battle report. Today, the forces of the Chaos Knights will face the Drukhari in this 2,000 point matched play GT Pack battle report. Let's dive in. Yeah.
The Dark Kid.
Hello everyone and welcome to another SkaredCast battle report. Today I'm playing the murderer himself, Matt, here at Alpha Strike Gaming. Oh my gosh, in Elmvale, Ontario, Canada. That's right.
That feels good.
Feels good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Make sure you check them out. The link will be down below. Today, we have the brand new Chaos Knights, which are a race of robots. Think giant robots that murder things. Not a race. They're like guys, they're pilots. They're like mechs, okay? They're mechs. They follow the dark gods of chaos.
Sure do.
And they do lots of nasty things. And then the Dark Eldar, which are the nicest of all the alien races.
Absolutely.
That's right. They just want to invite you over for a party and birth another god.
And yeah, you'll never leave that party.
That's right. So, without further ado, let's dive in. And here we have 2,000 points of pure Cabal. Cabal of the Black Heart, to be exact. Archon Skari has brought himself. He is the warlord with ancient evil in the Animus Vitae. He has brought a doppelganger. Archon Skari 2.0. He has a splintered mind, hatred eternal with a gin blade, and a blast pistol. Because if he dies, that's fine. But real Archon Skari does not want to die. They did bring a Court of the Archon, this time with no Lamian. 4 Slith, 4 Urgle, and no Lamian. So only leadership 6 this time, or 7. So low leadership there in the elite slot. I also have a unit of mandrakes, 6 mandrakes. Yes, that's right, there's 6 there. Then we have 5 and 5 incubi with their demiclaves. Then in the troop slot, we have 5 units of 5 Kabalite warriors with blasters and 1 unit of corsairs. That's right, they're coming out to play. Love it. They're like fancy Kabalites, and I just noticed I forgot their blaster. Dang it! One of those rifles is a very powerful rifle, because it's supposed to have a blaster in there too. Then I have in the fast attack slot, unit of 5 Scourge with 4 heat lances, a unit of 6 Scourge to do actions and stuff. Then I have a Reaper, Forge World Reaper, there you go, a Ravager with 3 lances, a Void Raven Bomber with D scythes, 3 Raiders, and 2 Venoms. There you have it, 2,000 points on the nose. And by the nose, I mean 1998 or something. Yeah, it's close enough. And here we have 2,000 points of brand new Chaos Knights. And these are legitimately wardogs. Matt, what are we running today?
So we are running 2 squads of huntsmen.
Yep.
Wardog huntsmen. Bare bones, they've got their thermal spear and their chain tail.
Yeah.
No melta-gun upgrades. There is one here that is a character, and I've given him the Helm of the Dogs. And the Mark of the Dread Knight. That is it for the Wardog class from the Disciples of, you know, the Undivided. And then I have 2 units of 2 Morax with double lightning locks.
Yep.
And a Knight Desecrator, who is also a
Follower
character.
of Khonshu.
That's right. It is a follower of Khonshu. She has the Blessing of the Dark Master and the Helm of Warp Sight, which basically I don't take negatives to ballistic skill modifiers, and you don't get cover.
Nice. Don't get the benefits of cover.
That's right.
What household are you running?
We are running House Vextrix,
Which is an infernal household.
Oh, yeah.
I love it.
Surge
And
away.
it looks so cool, so nicely converted. Now, there might be... now, Moraxes are Forge World Knight. We don't know if the keywords need to be updated yet. We're just going to run them as if they are, because that's what they've been doing with
And
every
whether
codex.
their points are going to change.
We have no idea. We're just going to run them as is, with all the cool stuff from the new Chaos Codex. Chaos Knights Codex.
Yes.
Okay, so with that, let's dive into the mission and deployment. Oh, they look so cool, man. Well, I hope you enjoyed the armies. Here we are after deployment. We are playing Mission 11 from the Warzone Nakmund Tournament GT Pack, which is Recover the Relics. So there you have it. It is essentially that style of deployment. There are 6 objectives on the table, which we're fighting over. And we are playing with a rule called Player Optimized Terrain, which is essentially each player has a set number of pieces of terrain, and then we go back and forth putting terrain on the table. So we each had 3 buildings to put down, a forest and a set of crates. And they all had to be basically 6 inches from each other, except for the forests. And so Matt put it down so he didn't have to put his crates down because they couldn't fit. So he just was like, I don't even want them on the table. So he took them off. And yeah, so there you have it. In deployment, Matt, what have you? How have you deployed here?
Aggressive and cagey. So I got more axes in the back to zone out any deep strikers and or maybe make it so the plane can't have clear paths. And then the ward, oh my god, they're not war dogs anymore. Well, they're war dogs, but they are huntsmen. Can move forward to claim objectives on the first turn. And then I got Big Mama Bear here, and it's just going to sit tight for a little bit and hopefully create her aura and help my guys hit.
You were really excited that you have an auto-explode strategy?
Oh man, that made me so happy.
On my side, so I don't want him to shoot me. He has lots of what are called melta-guns, which are just lots of anti-tank weapons. And he's got the Moriaxes, which are the shooty ones. They shoot a lot of high-volume number of shots. So he's going to be rolling lots of dice. If he can see me, he will kill me. So my plan is to hide as much as humanly possible. So that's what I've done. I put the one...
Coward.
I am definitely a coward. Especially when it comes to playing against knights. Put the bomber out in the open because you can't really hide the bomber. This is just tall enough to hide that sail, which is amazing. So the Reaper is right there. The Ravager's here. The Raider and 2 Venoms are like that. And this blocks line of sight to the edges because it's obscuring. So I can use sort of like the angles to stop him from being able to shoot me, at least for a turn. Same here, even though there's windows in this, it has the obscuring trait, which means as long as I'm not in the building or overlapping this here, he can't see me through the windows. So I put both Raiders back here. This one has the Corsairs and a unit of Kabalites. This one has 5 Incubi and Kabalites. This one has 5 Incubi and Kabalites. Both of these have Kabalites. This is the Warlord Archon with the fight last, and this is the fight twice Killy Archon with the Gin Blade.
The body double?
The body double.
Okay.
Correct. He's got the skin suit. Yeah.
Your face.
Yeah, exactly. The Mandrakes are over here. They forward deployed. Now, they don't have to be in the deployment zone, so they're outside. Now, I didn't put them very aggressive because he's just going to murder them if he goes first. And in this mission, you only get your command point, like your free command point at the start of your turn, if you hold any of the objectives in No Man's Land, which is any of these 4. You get an extra one if you hold your opponents, which is kind of cool as well. So I put my Mandrakes on that one to make sure I get a command point in my turn, unless they die and after he goes first.
Look at you being smart.
Well, you know, I'm trying to outsmart the war puppies. Fetch. And then we've got... Then we got the Core of the Archon, which will essentially move on to that objective after. The bonus point for this mission is to kill points. Yeah. So to kill more units than your opponent. I have lots of little units.
It's you
up to 3.
Point. Yeah.
Yes, up to 3 per battle round. And and you have not as many little units, and they're a little tougher to kill. So you have an advantage in that. And then for secondaries, because you pick 3 secondaries from a pool of secondaries. I've picked engage on all fronts. So I do have to move past the halfway line, but I do have the plane, which just helped me get it on the first turn. If he goes first, I can just do that, or I've got like my fast moving transports or whatever. I'm trying to put units in every table quarter. I went for bring it down because I have to kill these tanks or I'm going to lose. So if I don't kill them, I have to. So I might as well get points for killing them. And the last one I did was retrieve Nakman data. So my little units basically have to do an action in each opposite table quarter, like in each table quarter, over the course of the game to get me some points. Matt, though, what did you take for your secondaries? You took grind them down. So at the end of the battle round, he wants to have killed more units from my army than I killed of his. And then he gets points. He wants to bring it down, which means he wants to kill all my tanks, which is the same one I picked, just, for his army. And the last one he took was a knight-specific one, a Chaos Knight-specific one. There's a battlefield supremacy one called
Ruthless Tyranny.
So you get up to 4 points every player turn, your player turn.
That's correct. You
get 2 points if you hold at least half the number of objectives on the table, which just happens to be the 3 that are really close and next to you. Excellent. You get 1 extra point if half the objectives on the table are under your dread range, which is literally going to be, so you're going to get 3 points every turn no matter what, which is nuts. And then you get 1 more point if all of the objectives on the table are under dread range, which means that later you could potentially get a 4th one. But that is a fantastic secondary on a 6 objective mission, because it's essentially hold your 3 in your side and hold your 3 in your side. And he doesn't have to move past this line.
I don't have to try and shoot you off an objective.
Nope. And if I come and try stop you, you just murder me.
Exactly.
Yeah, I love it. Wow, it's going to be a good back and forth game. Okay, awesome. Well, with that, we have to do the fateful roll-off. The winner has to go first in Warhammer 40,000 match play, which means whoever wins has to go first. I like going second a lot because it gives you an opportunity to hold objectives at the end of the game and kind of win at the end. So Matt knows this.
I too like to go second.
Yes. So we're trying,
especially when I can't see anything.
And because you have grind them down is at the end of the battle round.
Exactly.
So you want to be able to focus how many you can kill or how many you need to kill to score that, which does really come in handy. Okay.
Rolling ones keep rolling ones.
Yeah, you know you're going to roll a 6 or something now, right? Yeah! No! Ah, boo. Okay, so that is Drukhari turn number 1. Matt, what are you doing to me? Ah, okay. Well, fine. Be that way. Okay, I guess it's time to bomb some stuff. So, Drukhari turn 1. The plan is, I do get my 1 command point, so I go up to 11 command points. The plan is I'm essentially, I think, going to fly this bomber off the table because I don't want him to just die. And I'm going to try and find the nicest circle of things to do mortal wounds to and just roll for a bunch of them. That's going to be like my main thing, but he's just going to fly away. I'm going to do my retrieve Nachmund data, I believe, with like, I want to say like the mandrakes and just kind of hide them. And then I'm probably going to try and just move some stuff onto this side. And then my anti-tank guns are probably just going to move out and focus on like this area, this thing here. Like use this angle here to shoot there to prevent all of those things from shooting back at me. So I'm going to try and do that. Okay, we'll be back after the movement phase. And here we are after the movement phase. So in the movement phase, you grab models, you move them around, get them into better position, that sort of thing. I'm using these big line of sight blockers to my advantage. That's why I placed them, so I could kind of leapfrog from one to another and prevent all the firepower coming my way. And then from there, they can kind of spearhead and go out that way. The wardogs are relatively fast, so I have to be really careful. And I did put my one Killy Archon in the squad over here, just to be annoying. Yeah. I did move the Ravager and the Reaper. They can both see with the tippity tip of their little tippity noses. They can see both of them, and they're in range there. So they will be essentially trying to fire not through these forests at one of those two there, which would be good. And then the bomber puts 6 mortal wounds on this because it drops a bomb, lands in the middle. I roll a dice on a 4+, can do damage to stuff around it. So that did 6 damage here, did 1 damage here, and 3 damage there, basically. So didn't do like, it did okay. Normally you run 2 bombers.
10 mortal wounds in the movement phase.
That is true. That is true. It's good. It's good. You know, I just like killing things with my Void Raven bombers. And it didn't kill anything, so it's a failure. And it's going, and it deserves to die. But you can fly off the table and do what it did. So now I'm going to go into the shooting phase. Now, because there's windows here, I can see this Titanic unit that doesn't benefit from the forest because it's Titanic. So I'm going to be shooting like the 2 Dark Lances from there into that thing. It's the only thing they can see, even though the big knight can't see them back because of the obscuring rule. So they can shoot, they can basically park back there and shoot that big guy without any qualms. And then, of course, I've got another Venom and another Raider full of stuff in the middle, ready to kind of react to whatever Matt decides to do. However, pressure's on me to stop Matt from scoring because he has the end of the game turn, which means even if everything's back and forth is the same, Matt can then go, okay, end game, I score more primary by holding more than my opponent, and he can flip the game by like 5 points right at the end of the game. He also has a lot of control over kill and kill more, which will come in handy as the game progresses. So the end of the shooting phase wasn't super like crazy. I was able to kill one of the 2 war dogs that I'd kind of put myself down to. The Reaper D6 got 6 like Reaper shots, which was fantastic, and just nuked one, which was great. After the Ravager did a couple wounds with his guns as well. And then I did get 1 hit on the big Mama Bear and did 6 damage, which was really good. I cannot reroll hits, wounds, or damage rolls against her. So whatever I roll. There's no rerolls there because she is a favorite of the pantheon of Undivided.
She's a favorite of the Dark Master, i.e. Be'lakor.
Oh, nice. Is that who it is?
Absolutely.
Amazing. Okay, so she loves Be'lakor. And
Be'lakor loves her.
There you go. And it's also Kanju. Okay. So with that, after scoring, I do get my first retrieve Knackman data. The Mandrakes did Knackman in this corner, and I do complete it, so I marked it with a little dice over there. I will get 2 points for Bring It Down, because I did kill 1 vehicle that gives me 2 points. And I also got 1 kill point for the bonus, because I won't be, I don't think, killing anything else in Matt's turn. It's up to a max of 3, but I'm going to get that 1. With that, I cede the turn, and it is Matt's turn 1, but he does not get a command point because he doesn't have anything forward deployed, so he stays at 10 as it stands right now.
Still trying to figure that out.
And then we go the movement phase for turn 1 for the War Dogs. Well, you know how you're going to get your secondaries.
Yeah, I'm going to move forward. But basically, I got a really wounded guy here, and I'll probably end up either... I'm trying to figure out whether I'm going to sacrifice him by streaming forward with him, or if I'm going to sit him back on an objective.
You also have your infernal rolls and stuff to do if you want to do it. He can either take a mortal wound and pick one of 3 things: extra move, extra wounding on like a close combat or shooting attack, or
you roll if you take 1 mortal wound.
Correct, you roll, and then
3 if you pick.
Nice, and basically, and you make them faster, make them tougher, make them killier. Yep. Basically, is what it comes down to. That's the infernal household at the expense of taking damage to yourself. So we'll be back after Matt decides to do what he does, but this is what it looks like. Okay. And here we are after the movement. Matt decided not to surge any of his knights because he doesn't want to take any more damage than he has to. But he did move this Moriax out this way, basically getting a nice line of sight to that tank there, just on the flank. He's kind of moved out to screen out the back so I can't like get deep strikes in there, which is good because I have my Scourge coming down, so he's keeping that in mind as well, which is the bird Scourge. He's putting 2 models on that objective, and then move the 6 wounded one back just to keep them all safer. And then Big Mama, and then these ones have moved up, more pressured into the middle, ready to then explode outwards in later turns. Okay, so with that, we're going to do some shooting. We basically have all of these that can see my guys with guns because he was able to kind of get some nice angles there. And I think the Reaper is a #1 target. So
I like that.
Now, the cool thing about having really long models is that when you draw a line of sight from a model, you have to pick a point from the model, and you have to try and get every part of the model without going through the forest, which is not going to be possible here because of the forest. So I will be -1 to hit, which will hopefully offset some of the shooting, except that one has a helmet that ignores it. So Big Mama doesn't care. And I love it. So let's see what... Now, Matt needs to kill 2 things in order to get the points for kill more, which will be very interesting. Let's see if he can pull it off. I do have some invols, you know, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see what happens. And we're here after the shooting phase. Thanks to me being very cagey and hiding, the Reaper died. That was... It instantly died. And then that Venom did... barely survived with 2 wounds remaining with a couple of shots that came this way from some melta guns. And this Raider is half wounded, took 5 damage from that single Moriax. However, because of he was very conservative in his movement, he probably could have moved a little bit further, get more guns into that Venom to try and kill it, but no grind them down. However, he did get 2 points for killing that. He got 1 kill point, so that's tied. And he gets his 3 points for holding half the objectives and having half the objectives on Dread. The easiest 3 points you'll ever make in your life. Right? That's fantastic. The fact that it's at the end of your player turn is really, really good too. So with that, it is going to go into battle round number 2. My bomber deep strikes back in, so I can put it anywhere on the table more than 9 inches away from the enemy. Of course, he's been very good at zoning me out. However, now I have to really try and get some points. My key is going to potentially try and kill some of the wounded Moriaxes. Maybe take this one out, because that one's annoying me. Okay. And then
I don't like your face.
now on the objectives, each one of these counts as 5 models with the objective secured rule on the objectives, which means I would need to put 11 models with objective secured on there to take it away from him, or kill one and then put 6 down. So it's going to be interesting. Let's see if I can stop you from scoring. I do get hold 1, hold 2, but I don't hold more, so I will get 8 primary points as we move into my turn 2. So this is what the table looks like. I'm going to do some movement, and you'll take a look at what it looks like after. Should I get aggressive? I kind of just want to rush you. See what happens. I want to create a cinematic, which of course would be really fun. And here we are after the movement phase. The Kabalite warrior unit that was in that Venom got out. They're doing my retrieve Nachman data in this corner, which is exciting. Then we've got the other Archon with the other 5 Kabalites have essentially replaced the Archon who got out. The doppelganger Archon has moved out and essentially ready to shoot and potentially charge that with some shooting. I've also decided to put him there to potentially shoot that one, and I think that's the only one I can see, but I'm hopefully trying to kill at least 1, maybe 2. We'll see what happens with that as we move on to it. This Raider, the Incubi got out and just are hiding in that corner so that they have like more of a little threat range if he gets too close. The Raider did put its nose out so it can shoot its Dark Lance out that way. The Ravager did move up. It is now overlapping this piece of terrain, which is obscuring, so it now can see through all of the windows and doors to shoot at these tanks. Essentially, you can see this one through that window, so I'm going to try and take that out. And I focused my fire with these 2, and then everybody inside here also has a couple of blasters that can potentially. My aim is to try and kill him. And I did decide to throw my Core of the Archon up. The big mama bear can walk over them, but the little ones can't. So I'm going to try and just move block to just stop him from moving and sell themselves dearly to stop the flow of wardogs out that way. Just to buy me 1 more turn of shooting, which is the whole point there. The Mandrakes went back into the shadows. They will be coming down in Deep Strike next turn as well. And of course, the Wardogs went into their next Gale Force Winds or whatever it's called. So whenever I want to shoot, like for example, this Raider, if I want to shoot not the closest, I have to take a dread test. And if I fail it, I can't shoot the one that's furthest away. I have to shoot the closest. And that's kind of cool, actually. So it's very interesting, a very interesting mechanic for the dread mechanics and stuff like that. So with that, let's dive into the shooting phase. End of turn 2 for the Drukhari. Putting a lot of pressure on. I think the best thing happened on this flank over here. I agree. So this flank over here, like, went everything my way. I essentially shot with the blast pistol from Archon Skari. He failed his invul, did 5 damage there, left it with, I think, 4 wounds left or 6 wounds left. And then the Void Raven Bomber did like 6 damage to it, killed it. Then Archon Skari made an 8-inch charge with a reroll and then charged into the other one. And with the Gin Blade, got 4 wounds through, 3 at AP 4 and 1 at AP 3. All the same, 12 damage from the Gin Blade, just killed it. Now, at the end of the fight phase, of course, does Archon Skari take a mortal from the Gin Blade? No. On a 1, the demon that is inside the Gin Blade would eat at his soul. Yes. Now, on this flank, with shooting, that Wardog survived, passing 2 very important invulnerable saves with a 4-up, thanks to like a warp surge, essentially. Or like, what's it called? Bulwark. From the Ravager. And I just noticed I forgot to fire and face my Ravager. Uh-oh! Don't make that mistake in a tournament, folks. No, it's fine. It's good. I have to learn from my mistake. He was gonna ideally fire and fade was to get him out of line of sight. So now he's I was a big boo-boo on my part. I got excited and now he can shoot it. Oh no. Well, that's it. Learn from my mistake, kids. Other than that, other shooting, I did charge in. I put 5 damage on his Warlord with the Court, who are now move blocking, forcing them through the forest at least, which is good. Kind of saving my... and then Mama Bear took a decent amount of damage.
Huge amounts of damage.
Yeah, just from like random, like a poison shot that did 2 damage, and then a Dark Lance that did 6 damage. So she's down to 6 wounds remaining, which is almost on her final bracket, I think.
I think it's 7.
I think it's final bracket time, which means she's now hitting less, moving less, and like less effective in combat as well.
6 wounds remaining.
I did do my Nachman data with the little unit of Kabalites, and I did kill 2 things so far in the battle round, which means that Matt has to kill at least 3 to get his grind them down.
No problem.
That's right. That's the positivity we need. So with that, let's dive into Chaos Knight's turn number 2. And here we are after the movement phase. You didn't surge anybody again.
I didn't.
That's right. You've decided that every wound is precious and you don't want to use all your wounds until the very last moment. You kept your warlord in combat.
I did.
Yep. He can shoot the big melt gun and stuff in there and just try to kill some stuff. You can also do another charge and try and kill a few things. So, you know, you've got like some options there. Mama Bear just stepped into the middle of the board. She's not slowed down by the forest, but she is slowed. And you were measuring ranges to the bomber because you want to slow me down to try and to stop me from killing the stuff in your backfield. You measured ranges to the wounded venom that has 2 wounds left because you do have to try and kill more than I did this turn. So that only has 2 wounds left, so that's like an easy kill. You know, and then you're trying to kill something full, and then that's an easy kill because it has 5 wounds left. And if you do that 3, that'll be the minimum you need, then potentially you could kill another one here if you need to as well.
And I'm also trying to make it so that if you want to move into these table quarters, you're going to have to commit
more than just like little stuff. Yeah. And that's like you having this zone back here means that I can't bring like my Scourge and my Mandrakes back here. So my retrieve Nachman data is going to be relatively difficult to do, as now I have to sort of like move into the zones to do my little action. So Matt's being very smart trying to stop me from scoring that. It's a hard objective to get on a hammer and anvil style deployment. However, I do have lots of small units, so I might be able to squeak something in at some point because I just have so much little stuff as we move on into the shooting phase. But the doppelganger Skari is just hanging out. How many saves can he make? We shall see.
We will find out.
We will find out, especially when there's a sweep attack coming his way with like 1 million attacks. So we'll see. Yeah, it'll be interesting. So with that, let's dive into the shooting phase. Look at that. Looks so good. The Chaos Knights have shot, and there was a more effective shooting phase this time. Archon Skari died terribly to an entire lightning lock. Failed his second Shadowfield save and just died. Yeah, that was fun. Then that knight took out the venom, so that's 2 kills. And then that raider lasted a lot longer than I thought it would. Took that shot, took another shot, and then finally died. One of the Corsairs died on the out. Nothing happened there. And then Big Mama took 9 wounds off of that Ravager, but it's still alive with 2 wounds remaining. Oh, that's good for me. I'm very happy my Ravager survived. And then it's turn 3 next turn.
The Morax shot.
Oh, the Morax, yeah. Morax rolled an incredible amount of hits. Using this new stratagem to get +1 to hit something that flies? Or is it anything that flies, or is it an aircraft?
Anything with the aircraft. Okay. They had one before, but you could only use it for the autocannons.
Nice.
Now it's
anybody. So +1 to hit. So he got an incredible amount of shots. I did roll some good saves. So he only put 5 damage on my Void-Driven Bomber, so it's still at full bracket, which is pretty cool. With that, into the charge phase. This war dog has just charged in and gets to fight first. I've used lightning fast reactions. So let's see what it does.
So he's got base 4, and then he gets an additional +1 from the Helm of the Dogs.
Oh, it's also within 6 they get the +1?
They get a +1 attack and reroll 1 to wound.
It's a +1 attack in an aura? That's amazing.
So I am going to, if I've read it properly.
So he doesn't get the extra attack because that's just the bear. But he does get 4 attacks, hitting on -1 to hit.
Yep, so we're looking for 4s and re-rolling 1s from the
Mama Bear.
Wait. So we're hitting on 4s.
Okay. And you get one free reroll. That's from your house, basically. Very nice.
So we got 2 hits.
And wounding on 2s.
Strength 10, so 2s.
But you do reroll 1s because of the helm of the killy kill.
So 2 at negative something.
I got a 6-up invulnerable save.
Yep.
I'm going to start with the Urgle and then move on to a Slith if I need to, but they have the same invul, so I'm just going to roll it now. Nope. So 3 damage each.
That's correct.
Say, on the Urgle, 5-up, feel no pain. Oh, he's going to soak up the second one. Good little Urgle. Good little Urgle. And he dies. So that Urgle soaks up 6 damage and... Bloop. Murdered. So my fight's back. I did put 2 wounds on the one little war dog, so I did bracket the warlord war dog.
Yeah. So he has base 4, and then he has Knight Diabolus as his Warlord trait, which gives him +1 attack, and then the Helm gives him +1 attack.
He's a little killy war dog. Imagine a butcher with that, with like a little butcher with all those things.
You lightning fast to them?
I did.
So I'm hitting on 5s.
Okay, normally 4s now because you're bracketed.
That's correct.
5s to hit.
And I get 1 free reroll, that's cocked.
Okay.
1 free reroll.
Okay.
Nope, we got 1 hit.
That lightning fast coming in handy.
With a re-rolling of
correct.
1. We got it.
6 up invul. And 3 damage on one of the slith. Oh, you got him. No, that's not what I wanted. Okay, so I'm going to kill one that's in engagement range of that guy so that I can shoot him, basically, if I need to.
Absolutely.
And now you forced me to take a morale test. Slith don't have the best morale. That's why I normally take a Lamian. I was like, I won't take a Lamian this game. And of course, it comes up. Okay, let me just check what their leadership is. Okay, a Slith is leadership 7. Leadership 6. Cabal the Black Heart gives him +1, goes to 7. But because I'm within 12 inches of Dread, -1 leadership. Also -1 to attrition, which might actually come in real big here. I lost 2 models. Okay, so I need to roll a 1, 2, or 3, or 4. A 1, 2, 3, 4? No, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Leadership 6, yeah.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On a 6, I fail?
No, on a 5, 6, you fail.
5, 6, I fail.
5,
5, 6, 7. Yeah. So a 5, 6, I fail. 2. Okay. That was very scary. That was very, very scary. Okay, so end of battle round number 2. Wow, what a crazy turn. Matt did score quite big this turn. He did kill 1 big tank and a small tank for 3 points for bring it down. He did kill more than me this battle round, so he gets 3 points for grind them down. And then he does get 3 more for rule with tyranny, or the tyranny one. So he gets 3 more points for that. After the dust settles, I do get 2 extra bonus points, and he gets 3 extra bonus points for the primary, which means the total is 22 points for the Drukhari to 26 points without painting for the Chaos Knights. As we move into battle round number 3, I'm actually very lucky that my Core of the Archon survived. So that's going to be really good. Other than that, let's dive in to the turn and see what happens. Okay, so it is turn 3. I need to do some good damage this turn in order to make sure I kind of claw back because, as we said before, Matt has the bottom of the turn. So if I don't kind of like get ahead in points, he can hold, and then pull ahead at the end of the game. I still have lots of little units, which is why Drukhari is really good, like in 40k, just in general, because I have tons of little units just everywhere, which is really good. But with that, let's dive into the turn. Essentially, we've got the Warlord with 5 wounds left, Big Mama with 6 wounds left, that one with 6 wounds left. However, the Dread tree moves ever so forward. So now, if I'm outside of 12 inches of any knight, it's -1 to hit you. And then you spent a command point stratagem to basically pick one that you'd already passed that you didn't pick, and you have extended for 2 CP. It's called what? It's like a special name for it.
It was like Doom and Despair.
Doom and Despair. And then he decided to go back and pick Aura to extend the range of his Dread Aura by 3 inches. So now his Dread Aura is 15-inch bubbles around his knights, which then also means he could potentially get the 4 points for putting objectives on the Dread range. Yeah, look at it. He's like smiling. He's like, you Skari, you sly fox, you. I love it. Okay, so with that, let's dive in to the turn. Now, this one's going to be pretty interesting. I'm glad I have some infantry here left and some obsec, so I'm going to move this unit up forward. They're going to do my retrieve Nachman data in this corner so I get it out of the way, and then I only have to do it in that corner. So I'm going to basically start pushing potentially a little bit that way and try and get some stuff in there. I need to keep my Ravager alive as long as possible, and we'll see about trying to killing these Moriaxes, who are the things that kill most of my army. They literally kill my whole army. So yeah, let's dive into that and have some fun.
Yeah, they are.
Okay, so end of the movement phase. It was a little bit of movement and whatnot. The biggest thing though is I moved this Kabalite warrior unit up. They're all on the objective now, so I have 5 objective secure models on there, plus 1 from here. So I have 6 objective secured models, or 6 models. And I'm going to do my retrieve Nachman data there, because they're 6 inches from the middle line here. So that'll be my Nachmund over there, and I've taken that objective away, which is good, even if this Slith unit dies, which is really useful. They weren't on it anyway, but that means he can't heroic and like try and kill me. So I stopped that. Then he only has 1 model on this objective, so I am going to try and kill that with everything I can. If I can, that means he loses that, and I drop him down to 4 primary points, which is kind of what I'm trying to do here. The Ravager is just trying to stay alive, and he can only see this. I am -1 to hit you if I'm out of 12, which is a really powerful little thing. So, and that's cumulative for the rest of the game. Yeah. That's actually forces me to like close in with you. Sometimes I don't want to do that. And so my Scourge with Heat Lances have come down because they are -1 to hit anyway because they're heavy weapons. And then the 6 other Scourges come on here. And then this Raider moved over, and the squad that was here jumped in, while the Venom with Archon Skari, actual Archon Skari, has moved up to lob his grenade and potentially shoot into there as well, which is pretty cool. Then the Mandrakes on the far side were able to squeeze ever so slightly into the board edge here. And they've got like some mortal wound guns. I am going to continue to try and kill that Moriax there as well. So with that, let's dive into my shooting phase and see what I can do. Well, everything almost went to plan. This Moriax lived with 1 wound remaining. I tried to charge with both things, passed both my leadership tests, because I have to pass a leadership test to charge anything with, if not, I have to halve my charge distance, which is nuts. However, they passed it, but failed. I even spent a CP to try reroll. That didn't happen. I finally killed that one there. I even spent potent metallotoxins on that Venom to try take this guy out with 1 wound left, because he re-rolled a save to stay alive. Oh, no. So all 4 Moriaxes, still very much alive. So, and then all the other shooting, everything else went into these 2 and put 2 wounds on that one. And that was it. That was a fantastic turn for the Knights.
That was good.
That was a good turn.
That was helpful.
Now, I did kill that Knight, which was big, because I do stop Matt from holding any of these objectives, which does mean he won't get a command point next turn. So that's also going to be important, and I'll drop him down to 4 points, which I needed to, because that'll offset his 12 if he like sweeps me in the next turn.
And sweep the leg.
That's right. The Incubi, though, they get to see if I make you fight last. Not that it matters, because it's the only thing. But their Tormentors roll not high enough for your leadership. So I'm just going to go ahead and attack with them, because I need to try and kill Big Mama.
Absolutely.
End of the combat phase. They jumped in the big knight and just murdered it. Yeah, did like seven damage.
We figured that.
Yep, that was about right. And then they decided not to auto explode, because you know you're not going to get a command point next turn, and you want to make sure you have command points to help your Moriaxes. However, you did kill 2 of the Slith. 2 of the Slith this turn. I didn't do any damage back, so I need another morale. Leadership 7, -1 for your dread. Leadership 6. So on a 5 or 6, that last Slith will run away. Oh no! Freeing up your warlord. No, that's not good. He slithers away. That's why I need a Lamian. Always take a Lamian. However, that is going to be a big turn for me in terms of points, because I did get quite a few points. For Bring It Down, I did get my full engage. They will complete my Retrieve Nachmund for the 3rd one. So yeah, at the end of my turn, I'll cash in on my points as we move into battle round number 3 for the Chaos Knights. Well, here we are after the movement phase. Matt, you used a stratagem called Hunting Hounds. You can pick 2 war dogs anywhere on the table.
As long as they're outside of 6 inches from an enemy.
And just put them in strategic reserve.
Yeah.
So you put the 1 wounded one in strategic reserve, making it hard for me to get a kill next battle round. And then putting a full wounded one into strategic reserve as well. And now they will be able to come in next turn on any board edge that's not my battlefield edge, which is this short board edge. That means I'm gonna have to zone out. I'm gonna have to zone the table out. That's a smart play, because it's forcing me to just. It's just annoying. Okay. But that's a really cool stratagem. I like that a lot, actually. Okay, and then you've kind of just shuffled the unwounded one, basically the very non-wounded one, to kill some Kabalites, and then over here to kill potentially a Raider and the Corsairs as well, and then the couple of Moriaxes to deal with the plane, potentially the Incubi, and a variety of different things. Okay, so with that, let's dive into you will be giving up your holding 3 of them,
That's
though?
right.
Yes, for the turn.
Yep.
But
I don't
you're...
want to be anywhere near Archon.
You don't... That does make sense. Okay.
However, I'll still get 2 points.
You will. Because you'll have...
3 units, 3 objectives.
Oh, right, okay. You get that one. And what's the second one?
Um,
The other one is every objective on the table, right? So the big one is the 2-pointer for 3 objectives to hold.
Right, so I think I just
So you'll get 1 point for having 3 objectives
one
within
victory point
contagion
is half or
range.
more of the total number of,
I like it.
yeah.
It's exciting.
1.
So you'll get a point though. So that's still points.
Yep.
You know, considering you got 3, 3, 1, and then you could potentially get 4, and you know what I mean. So that's really neat. I like that. With that, let's dive into the shooting phase. Well, we're back after the shooting phase. And the 1 lightning lock Moriax just murdered all the incubi, even with a lightning fast reaction, so I only have 2 command points remaining. The other one killed the Void Raven Bomber. And then we had some stubber shot to kill a couple of the Kabalite warriors, while the Melters didn't kill the Venom and put 6 damage, almost killing that Raider, but that Raider is alive with 1 wound remaining. For now, you know. So now we're in the charge phase, and it's time to party with some wardogs. There you go. Good. It's always good to measure some good stuff. You know, see how that works. I like it.
Yeah, I think we're charging both of those.
Okay. Well, in combat, you did explode the Raider. However, the sweep attacks that you put into the Corsairs only killed 1.
Yeah, they missed.
They did they just missed. And then over here you did just murder all those Kabalites with the other sweep attacks. So they're dead. Okay. And then so you will get a Raider kill, a Void Raven kill, and then a Raider kill, and then you finished off the Kabalite warriors. So you killed 3 things. You get your bonus points for 3, and you get grind them down again. But you only get 1 point for your special secondary as well.
Correct, yes.
And you get a couple more points for bring it down too. So with that, we'll calculate what we're at before we dive into turn number 4. As we end the 3rd battle round, it is now 46 points to the Dark Eldar to 41 points to the Knights. So it's kind of flipped just a little bit, but of course Matt still has end of turn. And of course we go into the next, which you get your new Dread ability, right?
That is correct.
Awesome. And here we are after my movement phase. I'll raise the camera so you can see a little bit of the zoning that I've done. The 6 Scourge have just created a nice big zone to push the Moriaxes up this way. 9 inches, 9 inches, then there's a Venom. And then there's a unit of Kabalites that got out of the Venom that are doing my Retrieve Nachman data. The last one I need, which is kind of cool. And then actual Archon Skari got out, advanced like 13, behind the wall, so you can charge into that Moriax without getting overwatched. Because there's a big wall there. And then this Raider is here, but with the nose on the objective, just to hold it. There's 10 Kabalites inside. I got blasters in there. They can kind of shoot stuff. And then the Corsairs fell back. The Kabalite warriors moved up to get a blaster in range of potentially 2. The Mandrakes on the ground floor there. They're going to probably shoot and charge this 10 wounded one. And then the Ravager, who's now on turn 5 because of Blackheart, counts as double the amount of wounds. So he has 4 wounds remaining for shooting. So he's on middle profile. He's going to be able to shoot at that guy. But then, of course, I've got the heat lances from the Scourge and a potential Haywire Grenade, which I don't get to use very often with Scourge, because normally I use Witches for that stratagem to do mortal wounds, which is pretty neat. Okay, so with that, let's go into the shooting phase and see what I can pull out on my 4th turn. End of the shooting phase. The Ravager killed the 4 wound. Like, one of the Dark Lances got through, so you did kill him. Then the Heat Lances almost killed that one. Or did they almost killed him. No, yeah, they almost killed him, and then I did the 2 Kabalite warriors, blasters. Like, all my blasters hit and wounded. It was a fantastic turn for my blasters. And then other shooting here, they shot, did some damage. Then the Mandrakes put 6 damage with mortal wounds in addition to on that. And then the Darklance finished them up, and then Matt auto-exploded, killing all the Corsairs on the objective, all the pirates, killing a Kabalite, killing 2 of the Mandrakes as well. So, yeah, it was a good explosion. It's going to force some morale on the Mandrakes. I would have to see if they're within 15 for Dread.
If that thing's still alive.
He's got a power sword. I don't think he'll... Okay. Yeah. It'll live. I don't think I can kill it. Not with 5 attacks or whatever he has. Archon Skari is going to jump in. He goes 4. Actually, leadership test first. So he's okay. And now he goes 5. Okay. If he fails that leadership test, the morale goes down. I mean, half charge, which has actually come up a few times this game. Okay. Archon Skari, 5 little attacks. Hitting on 2s. And I rolled 6 dice. Let's try that again. Blackheart reroll. And he wounds on 5s with his power sword. 1 at AP 4 and 1 at AP 3.
AP 3 is a 6 up.
It's just 1 damage each.
Cool. So he's down to 10.
Down to 10, and he gets to fight me back.
Ooh, he's got
Excellent.
4 attacks.
Nice.
We're hitting on 3s.
Yep.
Reroll 1 because of his house trait.
I like it.
And your strength 6.
I'm T3.
So 2s. Reroll 1 from the house trait.
I like it.
It's 2, no negatives.
No negatives. I'm just going to take on his 4-up armor so he doesn't fail his shadow field. That's cocked dice. He's okay.
You got it.
So Archon Skari is completely fine as we move into the end of the turn. I do owe you a morale on these mandrakes, and I believe that your 15-inch dread range is still good. So I am leadership minus 1. Okay, minus 1 leadership, so they're leadership 7 right now. They lost 2 models, so they are fine with a 6. Ooh, thank goodness. If not, it would have been additional minus 1 attrition and all that stuff, and I don't want to lose all my models. So I will get my 3 points for engage, and I will get a couple of kills.
3 kills.
Oh, I did kill 3, so that's 6 bring it down points as well. And so that's actually this is a big turn for me. Yeah, this is a big turn for me. So with that, let's dive into turn 4 for the Chaos Knights. Okay, the 2 Moriaxes came on because I did push the Moriaxes back all the way back into the deployment zone. Because I'm a very fast-moving army, and what you call screening is essentially what I did. So I have like a screen there, and it's like an invisible wall is what we call the screen, that he can't come in within 9 inches of stuff. So I did it with the Scourge, the Venom, and the Kabalites over there, the Ravager, the Scourge, and then the Mandrakes all the way over here to push him all the way back to his zone. Now, if he could teleport or deep strike, there was probably more space that he could like use. Yeah. Okay, into Archon Skari with a lightning lock.
Force.
Yep, minus 1 hit because they are heavy weapons with a reroll, hit roll, and 6s are 2 additional hits. Pew 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 guns.
Hit roll.
Okay.
And 1 explosion.
There you go. Like Tesla.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And then 2s.
The best gun in the world. Yep.
And a reroll.
Okay. Reroll. These are AP2?
They are AP2.
But they're only 1 damage, right?
That's correct. So
okay.
8.
So Archon Skari has 5 wounds. It's 8. He's got a 5-up invulnerable save. So I'm going to go ahead and do 4 at a time because he has 5 wounds. I don't want to burn his shadow field yet. 5-up invuls. Okay. He fails. He has 1 wound left. It's all or nothing. This is what happened last time with his doppelganger. Okay, you ready for this? 1 at a time. 2-up save. Oh, this is what happened last time too. Okay, he passed the second one. Okay, he's
doing better already.
He's already doing better. No! And he dies. Okay, you gotta kill. You gotta kill. He's 2, very. Huh?
I got 2.
Because you killed the Corsairs. Oh, so you kill them, you get your grind. Oh no! He's gonna get his grind. Uh-oh.
So this Morax is going to split fire, which
is he the wounded one?
Wounded one.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
He's hitting on 5s, but I'm going to split fire, which I don't recommend to do to anybody.
Yep.
We're going to pump 1 into your Kabalite warriors and 1 into your mandrakes.
I'm going to go ahead and spend both of my command points, and I'm going to go ahead and put Strike from the Shadows on my Kabalites. So they, instead of getting +1 from their light cover, they're going to get +2 from their light cover. So they're going to have a 2-up save.
Sounds good.
Which will go up to a 4-up. Yep. And they'll be -1 to hit. So I'm going to -1 to hit just the Kabalites. They're already -1 to hit.
Perfect. Okay. Mandrakes. We're looking for 6s.
Yes. Oh, but they explode.
I am not re-rolling against them.
Yep.
Winning on their toughness.
3.
2s.
Oh, yeah.
So it's 2.
2 into the Mandrakes?
Yeah.
Okay. 5s. You kill 2 Mandrakes because they have a 5-up invul.
Perfect.
Oh, that's the sergeant. Let's not kill the sergeant.
Into the Kabalite warriors.
They're on the ground floor, by the way. If
with 1 reroll. Nope.
Okay.
And now this guy here.
Yep.
Is going to shoot everything into your Scourge.
Into the Scourge?
Yep.
He's just going to wipe them out. I like it. Okay, Scourge. Will they
I killed
survive?
how many? Just one?
So you killed two
Okay,
here.
two.
There's 2 left.
Yep.
So they'll be at leadership 7 and then 2. Yeah, for their morale.
That's fine.
They are fearless.
Yep.
Yeah.
So into the Scourge. We're looking for 3s?
Yep.
With
They
one
don't get
reroll.
-1 to hit here.
One
so
reroll. 6s go boom.
go boom. Oh,
There's
very
one
nice.
6.
Hope you're enjoying us showing a couple of the dice rolls late game here, as you know, it's all about. It's been a big maneuvering game, so it's nice to see some of the action as well.
2s.
Pow, pow, pow.
With one reroll.
Nice. Well, you don't ignore cover, right?
5, 10, 13.
13.
And I do not.
Okay, so 13. They have a 4-up save, but you're
Minus
2, so they're going to go up to the 5-up, which is. Do you say 14? 13.
5.
I wasn't paying attention.
10, 13.
Okay, 13 5-up saves on 5 1-wound Scourges. No, they're dead. Pop! Bye-bye, goodbye, hey, Heat Lances. Good job. Yeah, that's right. That's exactly... Goodbye. Bye-bye. End of battle round number 4. The Mandrakes passed with an insane courage, which does mean that we will end out battle round number 4. Okay, so this is a battle round 5 recap. This Venom is no more, and those units are no more. So we essentially went over all the points. At the end of the game, it kind of like spiraled away. In my turn 5, I get my last engage on all fronts for 3 points. I get 1 more kill, but I've already maxed out Bring It Down there. But I just, and the bonuses doesn't matter because I will max out my primary because I got 12 points again this turn on primary. All in all, I will have dropped Retrieve Nakmund, which I did get. So I got 12 points for that. I got 15 points for Bring It Down. And I got 12 points for Engage on All Fronts, bringing me up to 94 points total with Painting. And then Matt ended up getting 36 primary points at the end of the game, with the last turn being able to get 2 objectives, not being able to hold more, but getting 8 for holding 2, and then killing 2 more units, 3 more units actually. So he actually has 37 points for the Venom, and then both units that were over there that he killed. So it's 37 points. Plus all of his secondaries, which are 9 points for Grind Them Down, because he does get it this turn and then 2 turns previously. He gets 10 points for Bring It Down, including that Venom that he just killed, and then 8 points because he was able to get in Dread range to get that objective there for another 8 points. So that would be 74 to 94 with Painting in favor of the Drukhari. Yeah, it was a good game though. It actually like flipped around that turn 4. That's when like all my blasters hit, all the damage went through. But we'll be back with an after action report. How's it feel? No, I'm just really fun game, Matt.
Yes.
Thanks for the game.
Absolutely.
That was really good.
Yeah.
I hope you all enjoyed it. We tried to explain things a little bit more so that it gave you a better understanding of what was happening on the table. So give me some feedback on whether or not you like that format.
Yeah. I did.
First time playing with the new Chaos Knights.
Absolutely.
What were your impressions?
Everything that I've heard has basically been like Chaos Knights have moved laterally. Right? They didn't get better, they didn't get worse.
Okay.
And I agree wholeheartely with it. I don't think they got better, I don't think they got worse. Some of their stratagems changed, like Trail of Destruction changed quite drastically.
Yep.
You know, have certain, like Full Throttle is no longer around, but that Doom Despair table, Darkness, it's fantastic. I love the synergies of it, and being able to map out sort of how you want to progress through the turns.
The dread
is just fantastic.
It was really annoying. I'm not gonna lie, it was annoying because at any point I could be like, I have a plan, and then dread kicks in, and I'm like, oh, my plan didn't go to plan, and you're like, I'm gonna capitalize on this.
So again, I still feel the same way about, I think, Big Knights in the current meta. I just think that they just die. I mean, this one here did well.
With the no rerolls against it.
Right,
yeah,
but I could give that to anything, right?
That is true.
So it's cool. It's cool.
I think you were really excited that you can build an army of like 6 different types of war dogs.
Yeah, 5. They have 5 different types of war dogs. And each one of those can take 3 units of 3.
exciting.
It's better than having one unit of war dogs.
Which is what you had for the longest time.
Yeah. Yep.
Which does mean you get to compete with your Imperial brothers.
It's not what I've heard, but that's okay.
Well, than that, thanks all for tuning in, everybody. Of course, make sure you check out Alpha Strike Gaming. The link will be down below. Here in Elmvale, Ontario, there's a little RTT which is going to have 16 players. You got all the space for GT and everything. I'm so excited about that.
Soon.
It's going to be good. And Matt here is a fantastic person, so check him out. That's right. He also paints things.
I like to.
Anyway, thanks all for tuning in. Huge shout out to all of you. If you'd like to support on Patreon, the link is down below. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff.
It's
The Dark Kin. Bye, everybody.